Guests are about to arrive. Please put your phones on silent mode, everybody.
Start करो वीडियो।
नहीं, इस लाइन के आपको उसमें करने में टाइम लगेगा।
नहीं तुरंत।
ये तो अभी नहीं। ये 10 मिनट की जरूरत है। आपकी जाए ना, उन्हें दे दें फेलिसिटेट करके वेलकम एड्रेस के बारे में वेलकम एड्रेस के बाद ही तो हो रहा है। कुरान के उससे पहले ही कर देते हैं तो सीक्वेंस में ही। Our dignitaries have arrived. Request everybody to stand and applaud them. A few round of applause for all our dignitaries. Happy to go on. Okay. ICIDSSD'19 का एक बीज था बोया। माननीय वीसी सर प्रोफेसर एम अफशार आलम ने सपनों को संजोया। ख्यालों का दीपक धीरे धीरे जलता रहा। ICIDSSD'20 ने उस रोशनी को जिंदा रखा। ICIDSSD'20 में सोच ने बुलंदी को छू लिया। फिर ICIDSSD'24 लाया स्प्रिंगर की एक चमक। HNF ने दी रोशन ख्यालों की जलाई नई झलक। EAI कोर से स्प्रिंगर की ओर अब ICIDSSD'25 की गूंज है हर ओर। Assalamu alaikum. Chief guest of today's event, Mr. Ajay Chaudhary, IPS Special Commissioner, Delhi Police. Guest of honor, Srimati Ghazala Faisal, Deputy Director General, Department of Telecommunication, Government of India. Keynote speaker, Dr. Subi Chaturvedi, Chief Corporate Affairs and Public Policy Officer in Mobi Group. Janab Hamad Ahmed Sahab, Honorable Chancellor, Jamia Hamdard. Professor Dr. M. Afshar Alam, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Jamia Hamdard. Professor Dr. Farheen Siddiqui, Dean SEST. Professor Dr. Parul Agarwal, Head Department of CSE. ICIDSSD team, dignitaries, faculty members, researchers, students, and everyone part of Jamia Hamdard's family. Shireen Zafar, Organizing Secretary, ICIDSSD'25.
And I, Gautami Tripathi, Organizing Secretary, ICIDSSD'2025.
Welcome you all for the inaugural function of 2 days Springer-approved 5th International Conference on ICT for Digital, Smart and Sustainable Development happening in Department of CSE, SEST Jamia Hamdard, supported and sponsored by Hamdard National Foundation, IEEE, Custom Studio, Virtual Labs IIT Delhi, Coding Blocks, Spoken Tutorial IIT Bombay, and Digital Affairs Academy.
Quran is not just a book of verses. It's the voice of divinity echoing wisdom and light. To invoke the divine blessings and begin this session in the remembrance of the Almighty, I now invite Mr. Nafisur Rahman, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, for the recitation of the verses from the Holy Quran.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والأرض مددناها وألقينا فيها رواسي وأنبتنا فيها من كل شيء موزون وجعلنا لكم فيها معايش ومن لستم له برازقين وإن من شيء إلا عندنا خزائنه وما ننزله إلا بقدر معلوم أرسلنا الرياح لواقح فأنزلنا من السماء ماء فأسقيناكموه وما أنتم له بخازنين. I seek refuge in Allah from Shaitan the outcast. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. And the earth we have spread out and placed therein firm mountains and caused to grow therein every kind of thing in balanced proportion. And we have made it a means of livelihood for you and for those for whom you do not provide. And there is nothing but that with us are its treasuries, and we do not send it except in a known measured quantity. And we send the winds as pollinators, and we send down water from the sky, and we give it to you to drink, but you are not its custodians. These verses emphasize the balance, intentionality, and interconnectedness embedded in the natural world. They highlight how the earth has been perfectly prepared for life, with mountains, vegetation, and systems of sustenance. Provision is made not just for humans, but for all creatures, reminding us of the broader ecosystem we are part of. The mention of divine control over resources like water and wind reinforces our dependence on natural systems we neither own nor fully control. These verses are a spiritual foundation for environmental responsibility, calling for humility, gratitude, and sustainable stewardship of the earth's blessings. Thank you.
May these sacred verses fill our hearts with peace and our minds with clarity. Now it is a proud privilege to extend our heartfelt felicitations to the distinguished dignitaries who have graced this occasion with their esteemed presence. May I kindly request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to felicitate Chief Guest of today's event, Mr. Ajay Chaudhary, IPS Special Commissioner. May I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to felicitate our Honorable Chancellor Jamia Hamdard, Janab Ahmad Ahmed Sahab. Chief Guest. The clapping should go on. I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to present a token of gratitude to the guest of honor, Srimati Ghazala Faisal. I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to felicitate the chief guest of today's event, Mr. Ajay Chaudhary, IPS, Special Commissioner, Delhi Police. Please continue the clapping. Yes, sir. I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to present a token of gratitude to our guest of honor, Srimati Ghazala Faisal, Deputy Director General, Department of Telecommunication, Government of India. A very special moment for all of us. I also request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to felicitate keynote speaker, Dr. Subhi Chaturvedi, Global SVP, Chief Corporate Affairs and Public Policy Officer in Mobi Group. Now request Dean SCST, Professor Fareen Siddiqui, and HOD Computer Science and Engineering, Professor Parul Agarwal, to present a token of gratitude to Honorable Vice Chancellor Jamia Hamdard, Professor Dr. M. Afshar Alam. We have a vibrant audience. Please do the clapping. I request conference chairs, Dr. Ehtaram Raza and Richa Gupta, to felicitate Professor Dr. Fareen Siddiqui, Dean SCST. I request our conference chairs to felicitate Professor Dr. Parul Agarwal, Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. special moment. Everybody, please show the energy.
A huge round of applause, please. Thank you so much, everyone. Leaders are those who inspire not just by their words, but by their vision. Now, to formally set the tone of this event, I invite Professor Dr. Fareen Siddiqui, Dean SEST, to deliver the welcome address.
Jamia Hamdard, Janab Kumar Ahmed Sahab, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. M. Ashar Alam, distinguished Chief Guest, Sri Ajay Chabruji, Special Commissioner, Delhi Police, Guest of Honor, Srimati Ghazala Faisal Ma'am, Deputy Director General, Department of Telecommunication, Government of India, Keynote Speaker, Dr. Subi Chakravarti, SVP and Chief Corporate Officer and Public Policy Officer in MOBI, HOD Computer Science Professor Parul Agarwal, a very good morning to all of you. I formally welcome all the members on the dais, distinguished guests, respected faculty members, researchers to 5th International Conference ICIDSSD'25. It's both an honor and a privilege to welcome all of you to 5th International Conference on ICT for Digital, Smart and Sustainable Development, a conference that truly embodies the spirit of innovation, collaboration, and sustainable digital development. As the Dean of the School of Engineering, Sciences and Technology, I feel immense pride in sharing the strides we have made as a collection of students, faculty, researchers in redefining the excellence. Department of Computer Science and Engineering was established in the year 1997 by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir Professor Dr. M. Ashar Alam, and runs various UG and PG courses like BTech Computer Science and Engineering, BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering, BTech in Artificial Intelligence, BCA, BSc Computer Science, MCA, MTech, MSc Bioinformatics, and PhD programs. At SCST, our mission has always gone beyond conventional education. We are committed to building a culture that fosters critical thinking and real-world problem solving. Focusing on the research, as per Scopus data of last 4 years, the department has published total 571 Scopus papers, out of which we are having a Health Index of 35, I-10 of 113, and I-50 of 16, and I-100 of 10, with the average impact factor of 3.6. Students and faculty of Department of Computer Science and Engineering are actively involved in vibrant communities like IEEE and Google Developer Club, EPO and different coding societies, and UBA as an outreach activity. We are active member of IIT Bombay Spoken Tutorial and Virtual Labs, NPTEL, Swayam, and Internshada. The department has earned recognition through visits to Microsoft Labs. Jamia Hamdard has been ranked among the best Delhi NCR initiative for spoken tutorial and virtual labs. Department of Computer Science and Engineering is the 5th and first supported department and also record prestigious Vishwasarya Fellowship Scheme for PhD by mighty Government of India, amounting to approximately 9 crores. Department has also received a 5G use case lab with a funding of 1 crore rupees. Jamia Hamdard is among only 4 in Delhi NCR to receive such lab. The department has also got 3-year approval from AICTE for all the courses run by the department. As a dean, I also take pride in accomplishment of IEEE Jamia Hamdard student branch
like IEEE Regional Exemplary Student Branch Award, 2 Outstanding Women in Engineering Volunteer Awards, 2 Outstanding Student Volunteer Awards. ICIDSSD'25 is not only a conference, it's a call to action. Let's leverage this platform to explore new ideas, exchange insights, and co-create a sustainable digital future. I wish you all a successful conference for upcoming 2 days. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A teacher is not the one who gives the answer, but the one who sparks within you the desire to find them. It's now my pleasure to invite someone whose leadership continues to shape the academic fabric of our department. Professor Dr. Parul Agrawal, Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Ma'am, I invite you to address the gathering.
Honorable Chancellor Sahab, Janab Hamad Ahmed Sahab, Honorable VC, Professor Dr. M. Akshar Ali, respected Chief Guest, Shri Ajay Chaudhary, IPS Special Commissioner of Police, our guest of honor, Rizala Faisal Ma'am, DDG Department of Telecommunications, our keynote speaker, Dr. Subir Chaturvedi, our Dean, Professor Ferdin Siddiqui, SCSD, all the dignitaries of the dais, my respected colleagues, keynote speakers, participants, and my dear students. A very good morning to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the 5th International Conference on ICT for Digital, Smart, and Sustainable Development, being organized by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, School of Engineering Sciences and Technology, New Delhi. Since its inception in 2019, ICIDSSD has evolved into a significant platform for dialogue, research, dissemination of knowledge, collaboration among academia, industry, and policymakers. This year, the conference continues its legacy by aligning with the goals of Digital India Mission, which is driving India's transformation into a modern, connected, and an empowered nation. Our efforts are further in tune with the SDGs 2030, particularly those focusing on sustainable cities, clean energy, and inclusive innovation. ICIDSSD brings together experts. We are holding this conference in a hybrid mode where we have both offline and online sessions with participation from distinguished national and international speakers, researchers who are joining us regardless of the location and the time zones. This edition of ICIDSSD highlights all the areas of global relevance. ICIDSSD received around 250 paper submissions from institutions of repute, which include DTU, NSUT, IIIT Delhi, Jamia Millia Islamia, and many more. On the international front, we have received submissions from scholars based in US, Canada, and other countries. Following a thorough review process, 67 papers have been registered, out of which 40 high-quality papers have been selected for publication in Sprinter. And it's immense honor and pleasure that the conference has achieved this milestone. Further, few publications have been selected for publication in various journals of repute, Scopus Indexed, UGC Care listed journals, which include Journal of Natural Remedies and others. In previous years, ICIDSSD proceedings were published under EI Code, European Alliance for Innovation, which is a prestigious academic body with a strong network of scientific communities. We are honored to welcome a lineup of eminent keynote speakers whose insights bridge the gap between the research. First of all, I welcome you, Dr. Suvi ma'am, as the keynote speaker for this session. Further, we also have with us Dr. Samia Khan, UK, Ms. Shubhlata Vishesh, Germany, Dr. Sara Paiva, Portugal, Dr. Gabriela, Italy, Dr. Omid from Iran, Dr. Ahmed J. Obeid from Iraq. We also have Dr. Jagdish Bansal, South, who was a pillar in helping us out for the Springer, Dr. Rashmi Agarwal, who is IEEE B Chair, and many more. I take this opportunity to acknowledge the unwavering dedication of the organizing committee, the organizing secretaries, the joint secretaries, everyone who has been involved, the paper reviewers, the keynote speakers, the technical chairs, faculty members, and most importantly, the student team who has been working day and night. And this team is from IEEE JHSP, GDG Jamia Hamdard, Tezos Club, to name a few. Your hard work, coordination, and commitment have played a pivotal role in shaping this conference. So thank you, all the students. In conclusion, ICIDSSD is not merely a conference, it's a space where innovation meets intention and research meets real-world relevance. Let us use this platform to share our knowledge. I also request the participants and the authors to refer to this schedule to be in sync with it. And we have a dynamic teachers team, students team who can help you out. Please reach out to them for any troubleshooting that happens. Last, without further ado, I wish you all a very successful, intellectually enriching experience at ICIDSSD 2025 at Jamia. Thank you so much.
The future belongs to those who innovate, adapt, and who lead with purpose. Dr. Suvi Chaturvedi serves as the Global Senior Vice President and Chief Corporate Affairs and Public Policy Officer at InMobi Group, a leading global technology company. With over 2 decades of experience, she has made significant contributions across digital economy, public policy, corporate affairs, and strategic advisory, working with governments, multinational corporations, and international organizations. Dr. Chaturvedi holds a PhD from IIT Delhi. She has been recognized with multiple awards, including the LMA Outstanding Women Achiever Award, also the Paryatan Vibhuti Award by the government of Uttar Pradesh, the Public Policy Professional of the Year Award, Innovative Leader of the Year Award, and the count goes on and on. Our keynote speaker has held influential positions in various global forums like APN News, appointed by the UN Secretary General Global Co-Chair of the Net London Initiative, board member of the UKIBC, founding member of the Uttar Pradesh AI Committee, and the list also continues here. We are incredibly honored to have with us a global thought leader and a trailblazer in the world of policy and innovation. We now request ma'am to kindly deliver the keynote lecture.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I think we can do better. Good afternoon, everybody. Good. I actually sense the Josh now. That's back in the room. I am really, really humbled, truly delighted, and very, very happy to be here today. When I received his phone call, I just say yes. Then I ask him, "Kab aana hai? Kitne baje aana hai?" So nobody says no to him. One of the nicest people and a visionary leader. And this for me feels like homecoming. His family is my family. And you're all people who I absolutely adore. So any opportunity that I get to come and visit this campus, I will always be there. Why is this truly important? in the academic world, there's an adage called publish or perish. And I heard that you have a remarkable selection of papers. About 40 of them made the cut, so congratulations. But I urge all of you to look at the work that will end up in Springer and the one that doesn't also. So very, very recently, one of the most disruptive inventions has been ChatGPT and generative as AI, as we all know. Why is this conversation so important today? Because ChatGPT was done at a huge expense. And last month, when news broke that China has reverse engineered and they've created DeepSeek, the conversation is important at two levels. They have presented at least 72 researchers, everybody who's contributed to the paper and the model where they've reverse constructed it, all of them are mentioned by name. So that's acknowledgement. Anybody who's contributed is acknowledged. The second most important part that I see there is the ability to create it at 1/5 the cost of the original one. So while there are challenges, while there are conversations on ethics and is this allowed, is this a fair use policy, but somebody somewhere has been able to do this. Why is this important for us today? Because you cannot lead without academia. You cannot lead without the participation of this particular department. I see a lot of faculty members whom I've had the pleasure of engaging with today. And they're some of the brightest minds and amazing people that you will see. So while you spend time here, today mark this date in your calendars because it's transformative, it is a milestone, and it is a day where innovation and tradition, so traditional knowledge systems are very, very important because we are looking at sustainable models. We are not just looking at models about where a popular news channel will say, sabse aage, sabse tez. It's not about getting there first. It's about ensuring that you build models to scale and you're putting technology where innovation matters. So ladies and gentlemen, anybody who's in the room today, consider yourself truly blessed. I want to make sure that I highlight a few points today. This institution for me is special for many, many reasons. It is the birthplace of Hakim Saab, who had empathy, who had social service, who had the vision to create a community. For me, when I come here, it's my sanctuary. It is my happy place. It's my oasis in the chaos and the noise of Delhi. So imagine so many years ago. Thank you. So many years ago, you had somebody who had the vision to give back to community, who had the understanding that modern day medicine may not be the panacea or the cure of all evils or anything that you're suffering with, who had the vision to understand holistic medicine is the way forward. So he thought of everything. What a remarkable visionary. And we are so delighted that with us today on the stage is his son, and nobody better as an ambassador to inherit that legacy and multiply it many times. This applause has to be much louder. So the other person on the stage, like I told you, is my friend Afshar Saab, who is your beloved Vice Chancellor, who exemplifies every single leadership quality. And when he tells me that all he has to tell his Chancellor is, this is what we have thought of it, and he never gets a no. There is a decision in 30 seconds. He will empower. The HNF Foundation seems to be this magic pot, which is a bottomless magic pot, where any innovation, any vision, any interdisciplinary program. So last year we discussed, I think in the same room, the idea of a 1,000-seater auditorium. And his family is also here today, and we got a resounding yes. So why is infrastructure important? Because it gives you pride. It gives you the ability to bring in the best minds and to learn in this era. So, and that is why I'm truly honored in this moment, because we are guided by the vision of Janab Hamad Saab, whose unwavering commitment to the legacy of Hakim Saab stands, and they are the ones who are building this institution today. Joining us is someone who I would love to have as a friend, our chief guest of the day, Ajay Chaudhary ji. He's an IPS officer, he's a Joint Commissioner of Delhi Police, and he's the Commissioner for Delhi Police, and he's ensuring that we move seamlessly
So his contribution is important because he ensures that academia is able to create solutions which have empathy, which have social problems, which have responsibility. We were just discussing in the middle of traffic at the peak congestion hours, he made sure that VIP movement did not disrupt traffic, did not disrupt the aam janta or the public at large. So any solutions that we do, it's a bit like art for art's sake. Unless it touches the public, unless it impacts people, we are not doing enough to give back to community. So thank you so much for joining us despite your busy schedule. And I'm so happy that Ghazala Faisal could be part of this conversation. Anybody who comes from the Department of Telecom is a friend, is someone who I deeply value and cherish. Not many of you may know that in 2016, I was working with the Cellular Operators Association of India and I was heading regulatory policy. And this conference is a perfect example of public policy, government, industry, academia, and stakeholders coming together. So some anti-national elements came up with this incredible theory, mobile towers se cancer. How do you deal with suspicion? How do you deal with myth? How do you deal with things which are completely unscientific? And we learned that one of the professors, his daughter was selling shields from China, and she said, if you put the shield on, the mobile tower emission will become compatible with your body. Completely unscientific, completely bogus, and that meant the industry was bleeding over 100 crores. What did we do? We came up with a plan, we worked with the minister, and as a result of this, the RWAs, people around schools, people around hospitals, they said, oh, this can cause cancer. So the industry was not getting access to cell sites. So unless there is a tower, there will be no connection, there will be no development, there will be no digital India. Instead of being a vigilante or instead of punishing the industry, the minister was extremely forward-looking. So Manoj Sinha ji, we had a forward-looking secretary, JS Deepak, we went to them and they helped us come up with a heat map where we analyzed where is it that there is maximum fear of science or from these towers. So DOT officials stopped everything, traveled with the industry, traveled with academia, traveled with the local professor, traveled with the local doctor who had respect amongst the community, and academia. IIT Delhi came up with papers with the help of Department of Science and Technology that said the emissions that come out of towers are even lesser than your microwave oven, because India had already reduced the permissible limit to 1/10. So we were already down because cell towers need handoff. So you need more towers if you reduce the power to emit. And this meant that industry could then put up towers so that you had better cell receptions. And we were able to solve this because government, academia, everybody came together to solve a problem. Here is a real life example where impediment to technology, impediment to progress was going to happen. The other thing that was happening was we were being told that this is the reason why sparrows had disappeared. While the industry was spending extra money to have to remove the nest because sparrows were coming and building the nest on those towers. There was no problem because emissions are very, very low. But if this kind of a rumor spreads, so which is why the fact that you're in the middle of Delhi gives you brilliant opportunities to create communities, to give back to society. You're not isolated from the world. And it's the best time to be born in India because science, R&D are some of the most important focuses of the government. So which is why you have the Oran lab, you have FIST, you have the AI labs, which is why industry is here with you. Just to tell you a little bit about InMobi and Jans, we're India's first unicorn. We were incorporated in 2007. We became a unicorn in 2011. जब किसी ने term भी नहीं सुना था. We are SoftBank's first investment in India. We are India's answer to large US tech companies. And our second unicorn, which we created in just 2 years in 2019, is called Glance. We're on 450 million devices. Jio and Google compete with us and they are our investors. So it's the first screen that you will see on any Android device, 500 million devices. And we are doing it right from here We are making in India, we are designing for the world. So therefore, self-reliance in technologies, critical and emerging technologies, India needs to be at the epicenter. You're not a follower anymore, you're an absolute leader. So therefore, the Open India Stack, therefore UPI is a great example, which is now being emulated in a lot of other countries. And that genesis, that research collaboration happens in universities, in academia. So my audience today and the dialogue that I'm having with you is clearly the students in the room. I have a lot of respect for faculty, but if we can inspire 5 students to think that they will look at relevant problem statements, they get mentored by the industry, we have done our job today. At the heart of today's discussion is again somebody who's the visionary and whose leadership I can't comment enough. That is your Vice Chancellor, Professor M. Afshar Alam, who makes sure that you have some of the best minds, not just from India, but across the world coming and spending time with you. But let us not mistake the progress for destination. So technology, which is the core of discussion today, is at the heart of progress. It is the ink with which you'll be writing the future. We are not entering this world where ICT is just development. It's actually the very air that development breathes. And through these innovations, let me stop here and help you visualize. So the most important core where countries and civilizations have won wars is via communication. When the Indo-China war was happening, they were still throwing pamphlets from the air and they were telling you Hindi chini bhai bhai. Why is it the British cared so much about telegraph and railways? Because that could connect the country and that could give out messages faster than anyone. So your most lethal weapon, the most empowering tool today is communication and technology. ICT is a term that we learn Meerut and very excellence, which is why a faculty such as yours that has multidisciplinary programs is very, very critical. Let me also tell you what AI does not do. AI does not bring in qualities of leadership. AI does not bring in empathy, and which is what you learn to be good leaders, to be good people. You succeed when everybody else around you also succeeds. So let that be that one message that you will lead today with empathy. You will look at technologies for the future, but at the core of Jamia Hamdard is societal well-being. It's the ability to do good to society. And make sure during this time, you fall forward, you make mistakes, you reach out to your teachers. They're going to be your best mentors and your best teachers. One of my mentors teaches here. He's now leading the Department of Communication. He's someone I have had the deepest respect for. So it's been an incredible session, interacting with all of you, learning and growing together. Best of luck for the next 2 days of conferences and deliberations. I'm really looking forward to staying connected with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single visionary step. Our guest of honor today, Srimati Ghazala Faisal, is a distinguished officer in the Department of Telecommunications, Government of India, currently serving as the Deputy Director General. She is a 1989 batch Indian Engineering Services officer with a specialization in telecom engineering. An alumnus of IIM Indore, she combines technical expertise with management acumen. Her career began as an assistant professor at Government Engineering College, Ujjain. She has held various roles contributing significantly to the telecom sector. She heads the Telecom Engineering Center, responsible for setting standards and testing telecom products in India. Beyond her professional duties, she founded Balancing Life, a value-based life skill program. In 2012, she established The Submission, a charity organization focused on education and social welfare. She has been recognized for her contributions to empowering education and women leadership. Ma'am, we are delighted to have you with us today. And now I invite you to address the gathering.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone here. Respected diet, dignitaries on the diets, Janab Ahmad Sahab, our chief guest today, and PhD Adel Sahab, Vice Chancellor of the University of Sharam Sahab, Dr. Parul Abdul, Dr. Fadleen Siddiqui, and my friend, Mrs. Hina, the wife of the Vice Chancellor, the force behind the Jamia. And my dear friend, Professor Dr. Zina Kumar, sitting in the dais. So I want to congratulate everyone here who has made this conference possible, because as Dr. Shubi has pointed out, the role of academia is so important, because I am also into a kind of organization in DOT which deals with the I am in DOT, but I am in a unit which is called Telecom Engineering Center. It was earlier called Telecom Research Center. So I'm into a unit which deals with the kind of study papers, and we make standards for products. And we also encourage innovation in technology. So the role of academia is very, very important. So this is really a very, it's very nice to see this conference happening in Jamia London. So I'm sure in the next course of 2 days of this conference, you'll come to know about how ICT is helping the growth, as you must be having lots of speakers. So when coming to the topic of today, as somebody said, and I would like to say that the recitation of Quran, which Professor Latif Rahman took, so he also focused on those ayat from the Quran, and that we're talking about this, like the environment and the sustainability of the planet. So whenever we talk of 2020 development, if it is not taking care of those like features of environmentally, then she was talking about ethical issues, many safety issues, security issues. So no development can be sustainable if we are not able to take care of these issues. I'm sure as a technology person and the kind of development which is going on throughout the world, the technological development is going to happen at a very fast pace also. But the point I want to make through this platform today is only something which is very close to my heart. That while we ride this ladder of development, we should not get consumed by the technology. So this is just this. I mean, it doesn't go well with the theme of the conference, but this is just a word of caution that as we move towards this, and because ICT is happening, and as we are able to create new businesses, we know that ICT is definitely an enabler. It is definitely creating lots of growth, new business opportunities, and many new businesses are coming up. But then the challenges are also coming. So while as we come up with new opportunities, we also are facing new and unique challenges. Every new opportunity comes with a new unique challenge. We have to be ready for that challenge. As somebody said that, see, with the integration of AI into almost everything, like into education also. So AI has come up into every field. So what is the point I'm trying to make is, as people are becoming smarter with technology, people are becoming stupider as well. So that's where lies the balance. If we are able to strike that balance perfectly, I am sure that we would be able to make use of the technology rather than technology using us. Dr. Ajay Chaudhary is here, so he's heading the practice here. So we are right now we are working on some papers where which we would be coming to the technology. It's already on the way that the vehicle will be talking to a centralized server. Then not only to the centralized server, it will be talking, one car will be talking to the another car. So because we are coming with driverless state. So there was a conference I was attending. So one of the presentation was focused on this only, that one car started misbehaving and there was chaos in the room. So while we are embracing this growth and this development, we need to be cautious enough to take care of the chaos it might cause. And which is where things are, because everybody wants to develop, everybody likes that. But these are things that also need to be discussed in the conferences which are taking place. For example, it's happening here. So academia has to be involved in these also. Of course, ethical issues are being talked about. So with every development comes a threat. Like, we are going to have a quantum conclave on 25th April. So we have not yet come up with quantum in a big way. But we are still trying to understand what quantum is. It's still going on. But we have now started talking about the threats it is going to cause. So, the buzzline these days is in the field of quantum communication is harvest now regulator. Harvest now regulator means with the invention of quantum computer in a big way. Like it's already there, but once it becomes affordable and it comes in a big way. So all kind of encryption in the technology, in the data communication which we use, quantum computers would be able to break that encryption and would be able to get those scores in fraction of seconds. We have not come up with that now, but then the threat is already here. So what is the threat? That those hackers, those who want to manipulate and get hold of data, they might harvest the data now to be corrected. So that's the first line. No, I am into the technical department, but whenever I come up with a new technological development, I'm always somehow, maybe that's my orientation or that's my negativity, you might say, but then I always worry about this. We come up with virus, we come up with antivirus. This is kind of vicious circle we are got. So that's where we must learn to strike the perfect balance. We should be able, so that we are able to use the technology in a responsible way. We are able to use it in an effective manner. Like we hear so many cases of it. We get that development, also be getting that I4C journal, I4C journal. उसमें जितने भी cases होते हैं fraud से, digital fraud से, that are reported on daily basis. So we hear so many cases of digital arrest these days. We hear that with the advent of mobile banking and financial banking coming on mobiles and it has helped the growth of it has helped by because it is more inclusive, it has given us more access, but at the same time it is a threat also. So because digital arrest में what is the threat? They सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं digital arrest? लेकिन सबसे पहले, if I'm not wrong, वो confidence में लेता है आपको digital arrest में करने वाला that you are not going to share it with anyone. Because that's where lies the क्योंकि जब आपने किसी से share कर लिया, you might come off there. जो उन्होंने आपको अपने कॉन्फिडेंस में लिया है या मे बी काइंड ऑफ हिप्नोटाइज कर लेते हैं हिप्नोटाइज तो नहीं कहूँ एग्जैक्टली बट विद द कॉन्फिडेंस में लेते हैं यू डोंट शेयर इट विद एंड उसके बाद when you keep doing what they ask. So I was going through an interview of a lady. She kept doing whatever was asked her to do, in spite of she being a professor, a very well-read lady. And she was under the digital arrest for 3 to 4 days. And then she transferred her rating XMP. So that was the first case reported. Uske baad bahut sare cases humne kiye. So these are the threats. So I'm sure during this course of workshop, you will also be coming up with how to deal with these things. So with this growth in technology, we have to ensure that should be said that we have to ensure that everyone grows and all people around you also do. So I like that line, that's why I remember it also. So we have to ensure that no one is left behind because technology and especially mobile is reaching everywhere, but it's still those who cannot afford a mobile phone, they are left behind. So I mean, there was yesterday itself in the meeting, there was a discussion in our offices that rather than distributing laptop. We are distributing laptops in various government states. We should also start providing smartphones to the baby, because some of us, especially in the rural areas, are not able to take advantage because smartphones are still not accepted by everyone. So this is all I wanted to say. I want to congratulate, and we're looking forward to have all of you who have a good workshop. And I know that you will either use this lab also, which is DUD. So that is also there. I would also like to tell you that we are also taking the optic communication. There is this test bed which is funded by DUP and IIT Delhi and IIT Madras. We are working with that, and there are lots of new research on new, and even companies are coming up with products on how we can make the use of advanced optics for data communication, how to increase the speed, how to leverage further the capacity of optical fibers. There are many teachers and professors here, so it's really a good thing that academia, because without academia, no research is possible. And I would like to congratulate that this, not only today, last few years, I have seen the involvement of academia in everything. The government is coming with academia and industry. So this industry, academia, and government, these three can, if they work together, we can really come up with good R&D and lot of innovations. So wish you all the best. And once again, today, Dr. Adams and the team for this beautiful event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. A special connecting mention, because if somebody comes from MP, I am more happy. Thank you, ma'am, for your thought-provoking words. So inspiring for our budding engineers and faculty members. Security and innovation go hand in hand when guided by integrity and intellect. Chief guest of today's event, Mr. Ajay Chaudhary, IPS Special Commissioner, Delhi Police. Mr. Ajay Chaudhary is a senior Indian Police Service officer of the 1996 batch from the AGMUT cadre. With a background in civil engineering, he has brought both technical acumen and visionary leadership in law enforcement. He currently serves as a Special Commissioner of Police in Delhi, where he oversees strategic areas such as traffic management and public safety. Sir has held several prominent positions, including Joint OSD to the Lieutenant Government of Delhi and Superintendent of Police in insurgency-affected Arunachal Pradesh. His community-oriented policing efforts, like the Aman Committee and the Policy Public Library initiatives, reflect his deep commitment to societal harmony. He is the recipient of the President's Police Medal for Distinguished Service and also known for his literary contributions as a translator and as an author. Sir, may we request you to enlighten us with your words. The audience is eagerly waiting to hear from you.
Chancellor Janab Hamad Ahmed Sahab, Chancellor Jamia Hamdard, Professor Dr. Afshar Alam Sahab, Deputy Director General, Department of Communications, Ms. Ghazala Fasal Saiba, today's keynote speaker, Senior Vice President and Chief of Corporate Affairs and Public Policy, Dr. Subhi Chaturvedi ji, Dr. Parul, esteemed faculty, researchers, experts, and dear students. First of all, a big thank you. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be with you. And unfortunately, you have invited the most digitally challenged person in this August gathering. Apart from sending replies to the emails, and using WhatsApp. There is nothing else that I can do even today. So जब आप बड़े बड़े किसी फंक्शंस में जाते होंगे, इवेंट अटेंड करते होंगे, बड़े आर्टिस्ट को सुनते होंगे, वो लोग ये कहते हैं कि जो कुछ मैंने सीखा है उसमें जो मुझसे कोई गलती होती है तो मेरी गलती है, मेरे गुरुओं की गलती नहीं है, इसको आज रिवर्स कर दीजिए। अगर आज मैं कोई बेवकूफ़ी करता हूँ यहाँ खड़े होकर, उसकी पूरी जिम्मेदारी जिसके साथ की है, मैं इसको ओन नहीं। तो सुकून दिल के लिए एक तो इतनी बार बुलाते हैं जामिया में, जैसे मैम ने कहा कि इट इज हर नेस्ट, तो मुझे भी ऐसा लगता है मेरे ये ऑडिटोरियम मेरा तो सुकून दिल के लिए कुछ तो एहतमाम करूं, मिले नजर उनसे उन्हें सलाम करूं, मुझे तो होश नहीं है, आप मशवरा दीजिए कहाँ से छेड़ू फसाना, कहाँ तमाम करूं। और इसी के साथ साथ एक नसीम तुरावी साहब का शेर याद आ रहा है कि मेरी जो कैफियत है, मेरे जो हालात हैं कि अजीब होती हैं राहें सुखन भी देख नसीम, अजीब होती हैं राहें सुखन भी देख नसीम, वहां भी आ गए जहाँ रसाई थी। तो बिल्कुल रसाई नहीं है, तो हमारी है क्या है की है, तो मैं आपके बीच में हूँ, लेकिन इट इज ऑलवेज ए प्लेजर, इट इज ऑलवेज एन ऑनर, इट इज इंडीड such a huge privilege for me to be among the brightest minds, the vibrance of this place, academic vibrance of this place. It always enlightens me, it always inspires me, and I'm compelled to come whenever you ask me to be here. Thank you so much. And on this grand occasion of this 5th International Conference on ICT for Digital, Smart and Sustainable Development, I congratulate each one of you to conceptualize and organize this seminar on the most topical subject of immense relevance to all of us and to the entire society. As I said, that it is highly intellectually stimulating for me to be amongst you. It expands your horizon. The academic vibrance, as I mentioned, of this great institution has always impressed me. Your commitment to excellence in every field of education is remarkable and highly laudable. And this I attribute to the vision of the founders and Hammad Sahab. और उनके लिए यही शेयर कहूँगा कि निगाह बुलंद, सुखन दिल नवाज, जान पुरसोज, यही है रखते सब मेरे कागों के लिए। His very presence here in this auditorium is highly inspiring for all of us. Despite his schedule, he ensured that he will stay with us. So really, we are grateful to him. And at the same time, the leadership of Dr. Afshar Alam Sahab is bringing every day new feather in your cap. He is invited to all the important meetings of this government of India. And लेकिन एक बात मेरी शिकायत पहले थी, मैं कहना चाह रहा था कि मेरी तो अलियों में आपसे कोई ऐसी अदावत भी नहीं रही, तो आज आपने मुझे क्यों ये पोस्ट करने के लिए यहाँ पे बुलाया, ये मैं जानना चाहता हूँ। एक बड़ी अच्छी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है, अगर आप लोगों का फिल्मों में इंटरेस्ट है, अगर आप सुनना चाहें तो। और ये ना सोचें कि हम बड़ा कमाल अमरोही साहब बड़ी अच्छी फिल्में बनाते थे, तो उन्होंने पाकिस्तान बनाई, आपको याद होगा सबको। लेकिन वो एक एक्टर थे, उसे बहुत नाराज थे। कोई गैस लगा सकता है किससे नाराज थे? धर्मेंद्र से। कोई वजह थी नाराज थे। तो लोग ये कहते हैं कि उन्होंने जब रजिया सुल्तान बनाई तो उनको चेहरा काला करके और पूरे दिन बिठाए रखते थे, शूटिंग नहीं करते थे। इसी बात पे बहुत नाराज थे। समझने वाले शायद समझ गए किस बात पे नाराज थे। वो मीना कुमारी को लेकर बहुत नाराज थे धर्मेंद्र। तो मैं वही कहना चाह रहा था कि ऐसी तो कोई बात क्रिकेट में नहीं हुई। So, and for me as a student of liberal arts and humanities, what concerns me most is the social dimension of technology. And I would always request and pray that it brings peace, stability, non-violence, tolerance, highest kind, and brotherhood. Just like when you consume any medicine, it has a side effect. किसी भी दवा को आप लेते हैं तो कोई ना कोई उसका साइड इफेक्ट होता है. And the same is true for the technology. Every technology that we have invented has had side effects. If you talk of nuclear energy, it had the biggest devastating impact and destroyed entire Japan. इसी तरह से और भी जो इन्वेंशंस हो रहे हैं बायोटेक्नोलॉजी में, क्लोनिंग की बात चल रही है, तो सबसे बड़ा सवाल ये है कि who will own this technology and how this technology will be used. The powerful nations, as Dr. Chaturvedi mentioned, they exploited this technology for their benefits. They annexed territories, they annexed countries, exploited those countries commercially and enriched themselves. तो ये जो पावरफुल लोगों के हाथ में टेक्नोलॉजी रहेगी, उसको हमें जरूर देखना है कि वो कैसे, whether they will misuse it or they will use it for the society. The hazards, social hazards of this technological advancement are really very simple. And that is why all of us are here to ponder over, to think, to deliberate that what kind of solutions do we find which improve the society, which lead to the betterment of the society. And now with the most important form of communication, the invention of internet. In the last 20-30 years, the way it has impacted us, the way it has changed our entire life is really very interesting. It has made our lives very easy. हम लोग जब रेलवे स्टेशन पे खड़े होते थे और पन्ने पलट पलट के बताया जाता था कि कौन सा सीट खाली है, नहीं खाली है, रिजर्वेशन है या नहीं है तब भी है, नहीं है तब भी नहीं है, वो वहां बैठा हुआ आदमी कुछ नहीं बोल सकता. And many of us in a leader have undergone that process. तो अभी ये लगता है you can order anything at 2 o'clock in the night, you can order your food, you can order anything on Blinkit, everything is in your access. You can view matches live, sitting in India and matches happening in Australia. But how silently it is all changing our lives. It is bringing isolation. It is bringing desolation, frustration, depression, societal tendencies. Which makes all of us worried and concerned. People are encouraging, guiding people how to commit suicide online. And there are people who are following, as Ghazala Ma'am said, digital arrest. Highly educated people. If she was referring to the same case which I am also privy, I am not very sure. But it made me laugh a lot. A professor of computer science, indeed, she was digitally arrested. An expert who knows each and everything about computers, who is well versed with the technology, even they are becoming victims. She transferred a lot of huge money in more than 50 lakhs. So this is something which we have to ponder over, we have to deliberate upon. And are we really equipped? I think this seminar will also consider the issue that how much is our capability to handle these issues. And lastly, the issue of privacy. In these days, is there really anything called privacy now? How many steps we are taking? Where are we going? How much time we are spending at a particular location? What are we talking? Everything is being recorded. I don't think there is anything that you can call that it is private or it is like privacy. There is somebody is controlling and intends to control our lives forever. The way we think, the way we act, everything is in somebody's hands, and we are being made to move like red bakris. एक बार आपने कोई ऐड देख लिया, वो कम से कम एक साल आपका पीछा करता रहेगा and compel you to buy that product, whether it is good or bad or whatever it is. And above all, the hate content. This communication technology and the way it is doing so many goods, but there is no way out to check the hate content which is dividing the society and leading us to some kind of doom. There have been wars on religious lines. So many things have happened in the history, but we have to learn a lot from history and march forward, keeping in mind the lessons that history has taught us. पहले लोग कहते थे कि, या अभी भी कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि साहब दुनिया मेरी जेब में है. लेकिन दुनिया अब हमारी जेब में तो है, लेकिन हमारे मोबाइल के अंदर हमारी दुनिया है. But you are also in somebody else's pocket. It is very, very frightening. The words you are uttering are getting typed on the mobile. We are having a discussion. I am talking to my friends or my family, and suddenly I see that whatever they spoke is getting typed on the mobile without saying anything. Alexa is listening to everything, all your commands. So this missile technology and all these technologies which are being invented, if it goes into the hand of a mad dictator, वो सिंपली ऐसे ही खड़ा होगा, बोलना होगा कि उड़ा दो, तो पता चला कि कोई कंट्री उड़ गया. दिस इज वेरी लेंथी. एआई एक नया शैतान हम लोग पैदा कर दिए. इसकी कितनी जरूरत है मैं नहीं जानती. मुझे तो घबराहट हो जाती है जैसे ही एआई का नाम होता है. कंप्यूटर नाम तो पूरी होती थी, लेकिन इसका नाम सुनते तो बहुत ही ऐसा लगता है कि एवरीथिंग विल गेट डिसरप्टेड. और आपको कहीं जाना आप कहेंगे कि ये सोच रहे कि स्पीच इतनी बढ़िया बनाकर ले आएंगे, वो कहेंगे कि लोग सुनते ही समझ जाएंगे कि ये तो एआई से लिखवाई है. इतनी अच्छी लिख के लाते हैं, कोई जरूरत नहीं लगती है किसी को, ना हमें मेहनत करनी होती. तो इसका क्या हल निकलेगा, हम लोग कहाँ पहुंचेंगे? These are some of the issues which all of us had to think during the course of the seminar. And the technology must remain in sound minds and people who worry about the society. And I am very confident that this seminar will enrich all of us and result in very concrete suggestions for ICT to be sustainable and for the benefit of the humanity. मैं आखिर में बस ये कहते हुए अगर कबीर की बात कहूँ तो ये कह सकता हूँ कि कबीरा खड़ा बाजार में सबकी मांगे है, ना काहू से दोस्ती ना काहू से है. और संस्कृत में है तो सर्वे बटन की कितने आप any effort for the betterment of society, any technological innovation must be ensured that the monster that we are creating must not get out of our hands. And survey Badran question to survey क्या है, किसी को याद है क्या? सर्वे बहुत सुखना है, सर्वे सर्वे बदलाने क्वेश्चन टू मार्क क्वेश्चन तो बता दें. सब खुश रहें, सब अच्छा कहें, बोले, सुने और एक कोहेशन रहे. हम लोग भाईचारे के साथ रहें. ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी का हम लोग हमेशा स्वागत करें.
All the organizing secretaries and joint secretaries, please be on the stage. A university's strength lies not just in its infrastructure, but in the wisdom it nurtures. An esteemed academician and visionary leader, conquering teaching, research, and academic leadership. His impactful contributions span across key domains such as software reengineering, data mining, bioinformatics, sustainable development, and artificial intelligence. Author of books, more than 200 research papers in Scopus and HCI Index journals, guide of numerous doctoral scholars, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to research and innovation. In recognition of his efforts towards fostering inclusive academic efforts, Sir was honored at the Sahit National Conference in 2024, gender inclusivity at Jamia Hamdard, where women now occupy over 50% of decision-making roles. Further cementing his legacy, he received the Lifetime Achievement Award in December 2023 from the Confederation of Indian Universities and the International Association of Educators for World Peace, acknowledging his outstanding service to education and academic excellence. His journey continued to inspire with many more accolades and achievements to his name. With great respect, I invite our esteemed, dynamic, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Jamia Hamdard, Professor Dr. M. Afshar Alam to deliver the presidential review.
Chancellor Janab Madalata, the chief patron of this conference. Today's chief guest, Sri Ajay Chaudhary, IPS Special Commissioner, Delhi Police. The guest of honor, Madam Ghazala Faisal, the Deputy Director General, Department of Telecommunication, Government of India. And today's the keynote speaker, Dr. Subi Chaturvedi, Global Senior Vice President, Chief Corporate Affairs, Public Policy Officer in Ruby Groups. Professor Sahil Siddiqui, the Dean, SCST, and Dr. Parul Agarwal, the head of the department, esteemed faculty members, organizing committee members, researchers, industry partners, and dear students. It is my privilege to address you today at this inauguration of 5th International Conference on ICT for Digital, Smart and Sustainable Development. These gatherings represent a vital platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas at the intersection of technology and sustainability. As we convene at Jamia Hamdard, we recognize that information and communication technologies have transformed from mere tools to fundamental drivers of human progress. Today, the digital revolutions offer unprecedented opportunities to address our most pressing global challenges, from climate change to resource scarcity, and from healthcare accessibility to educational equity. We stand at the critical juncture where the artificial intelligence, blockchain, and quantum computing and the Internet of Things are no longer emerging technology, but a powerful force reshaping our society. The convergence of these technologies creates possibilities that were unimaginable just a decade ago. However, with these possibilities come profound responsibility to ensure that our technological advancements serve humanity in highest ideals. As we pursue the digital transformation, we must remain vigilant against the creation of new divides. The technology should serve as a bridge connecting communities, not as a barrier that enforce existing inequity. This requires the intentional design, inclusive policy, and educational initiative that bring digital literacy to underserved populations. The environmental footprint of our digital infrastructure demands our immediate attention. From the energy efficient data center to the sustainable manufacturing practice for an electronic device, we must embed the ecological consciousness into every layer of our technological development. The future of ICT must be powered by the renewable energy and guided by a circular economic principles. The complexity of today's challenge demands the collaboration across the disciplines, sectors, and the borders. This conference exemplifies such collaboration, bringing together the diverse perspectives to tackle the multifaceted problems. By fostering this partnership, we can accelerate innovation and ensure that the solutions are both technical, robust, and contextually appropriate. This conference calls us to examine how the ICT can serve as a catalyst for sustainable development through the three key dimensions: the innovation that promotes the environmental stewardship, solutions that enhance social inclusion and equity, the framework that ensure economic viability and resilience. As all the speakers talk about this, some have talked about some idea about the AI and all, but these are the very important key dimensions. The research and collaborations emerging from this conference will help chart our collective path towards a future where the technology serves humanity highest appreciation with preserving our planet for generation to come. As we advance the technological, we must simultaneously deepen the ethical framework. The question of data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the technological sovereignty are not a peripheral concern, but a central challenge that demand our collective wisdom. By addressing this challenge proactively, we can build a digital system that respects the human dignity and enhance the human capabilities. As Ajay is saying that AI से मुझे डर लगता है, लेकिन देखिए एथिकल इश्यू एक बहुत बड़ा इश्यू है जिसमें आज के डेट में बहुत ज्यादा एवरी कंट्री, अभी यूरोपियन यूनियन ने अपना एक्ट लाया, एथिकल इश्यू किया। इंडिया इज गोइंग फॉर स्टेप बाय प्रोसेस। हमने 2023 को एक एक्ट पास किया, बट स्टिल वी आर in a discussion how we have to take the ethical issue and human dignity simultaneously. So these are the issues where we can discuss in this 2-day seminar conference. And I will not take too much time because we are already late, and there the other session has to be held, and all these speakers are waiting for that. So I congratulate the Department of Computer Science and School of Engineering Science and Technology for such a wonderful 2-day conference, because this is the 5th year, sir, and we started 5 years back. I was this founder when we started. So every year they are celebrating this ICT conference, and it is very popular conference nowadays because Stranger is a partner to our proceedings. So this is a big achievement of the department under the leadership of Professor Farid Siddiqui and Parul Agarwal. So I congratulate all the faculty members for their devotion for these 2 days. Their conveners, the joint conveners, organizing committee members, and I look forward to the inside debate and partnership that will emerge over the coming day. And we have to we can harness the power of ICT to create a more digital, smart, and sustainable world. This is our motto of this conference. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others. To acknowledge all the hearts and hands behind the success of this event, I now call upon Dr. Richa Gupta, Conference Chair, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Richa Gupta, feels privileged and honored to extend vote of thanks on behalf of Organizing Committee of ICIDSSD'25. No event can be completed with the blessing of the elders. I, on behalf of entire ICIDSSD'25 team, express our gratitude towards our Honorable Chancellor, Janab Hamad Ahmed Sahab, for blessing this event with his august presence. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my gratitude to our dignitaries, Shri Ajay Chaudhary sir, Ms. Ghazala Faisal ma'am, and Dr. Subhi Chaturvedi ma'am for taking out their precious time to grace the gathering with their motivational words. Thank you all. Your words have truly set tone for thoughtful discussion and future innovation. I would further extend my gratitude to the visionary and the founder of this conference series, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. M. Afshar Alam sir. Sir, we are truly thankful for all your insights, inspiration, and support, which helped to shape up this conference into a successful event. Further, I would like to thank the Dean, SCST, Professor Fareen Siddiqui ma'am, for her constant support, motivation, inputs to make this event a success. I express my sincere gratitude towards our head of the department, Professor Parul Agarwal ma'am, for her unwavering support and constant motivation to turn this event a big successful one. Thank you, ma'am, for showing faith in us. A heartfelt thank to the conference chair, Dr. Itram Raza sir, who have always been supportive and helping us whenever and wherever required. Thank you so much, sir. This wouldn't be wise if I do not thank Joint Secretaries, Mr. Zishan Ali Haq, Piyush Kumar sir, Tabish Mufti, Amit Kumar, Akil Khalik for their unwavering support. The effort of the organizing secretaries cannot go unnoticed, as they have worked day and night tirelessly. A special thanks to Dr. Shireen Zafar, Dr. Imran
Hussain, Ms. Gautami Tripathi, Dr. Siddharth Chandra Biswas, and Mr. Umir. I would also thank Mr. Tanveer and his staff from Scholar House for his support. I'm deeply thankful to Mr. Rahul Beg sir and his support staff for providing technical support during the conference. Thank you, sir. I'm also thankful to the staff of Convention Center and would also thank the Srilata ma'am, Vinod sir, Ruby ma'am for all help provided by the VC office and Registrar office respectively. A huge thanks to the public relation team of the Jamia Hamdard for making this ICIDSSD a huge success. Thank you. A huge thank to entire teaching and non-teaching support staff for their support and to make this event turn into a successful. Thank you all. I also express deep thanks to our sponsors, partners, collaborators whose generous support helped us for the conference. Behind the scene, a big round of applause goes to the huge student volunteer team who have been working hard tirelessly, even at odd hours. Thank you, Rehan and Bushra, for making such a great team. And a special thanks to all our participants and delegates who are the star of this event. Thank you for showing faith and interest in ICIDSSD'25. I express gratitude to all those who have been missed. As we move forward into technical session, I hope this conference continues to spark new ideas and inspiration for all. Thank you once again. Wishing everyone a fruitful and enriching conference ahead.
May I now request everyone to please stand in respect as we play the national anthem of India. With that, we now conclude the formal ceremony. You all are cordially invited to join us for the high tea. Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead.